Let's see if this transitions. Nice. Let me just close this. Hello, everybody. I'm gonna turn down the music just a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna try something a little bit different today. Thanks for joining. I am working on some personal projects, so we'll see how they go. And then I also have some new things added, so if those things pop up on the stream, hopefully those are fun. copy wrong. I hope you have been well. I'm pretty good. I'm glad that you're doing well today. Just been really busy lately. Kind of a mix of good and bad busy. Been just trying to get plans rolling out, like visiting family, which is good, but bad busy, kind of like trying to get things done before the day ends, sort of thing. Like, had to recently, our car, my car went kaput, like it died, so had to get a new car really quickly. Yeah, it's been tiring. We found a new car, thankfully. It has a happy ending, but it was really stressful for like a week. Going on with Nightbots getting all mad. Don't ignore the bots for now if they start fighting in chat. I recently installed Nightbot because Slendergoat bot wasn't working, and then I figured out how to get Slendergoat bot to work, so now Nightbot might get a little bit mad at Slendergoat bot. I have a little bit of water. Kind of just testing it out, but the bots might get a little bit antsy in chat. Coffee? What's going on with coffee? Oh, I drank all my coffee, actually. I have a little bit of water. For hydrate, yeah, I drank all my coffee earlier. Started feeling tired, so I did an earlier stream today. It's like, I don't want to be too tired for stream, so I'm gonna... And art to me is really relaxing, so I don't want to be falling asleep while I'm drawing. Yeah, just gotta keep in mind that's gonna be colored, and that's why it looks so weird. What, Nightbot? I set rules to exist. What are you doing? I set that on you to exist. And now you're getting all mad at me for saying it doesn't exist? I have to figure out what's going on with late cup of coffee, trying to get some work done. Yeah, it's kind of what I'm doing right now. I want to get more drawing stuff out, and I have like a lot of drawing stuff I want to do. So this is actually a YouTube thumbnail I'm working on right now for one of my videos I edited. I'm starting to edit my clips and VODs and posting them on YouTube just to kind of get more practice in with different programs. and my friend couldn't send me an image of her VTuber because we streamed together. So I'm just drawing one for now because I want to get that uploaded and work on the next thing. I'm the type of person where I can't do multiple things at once if they're on my list. It's hard for me to, like, double dip on projects, I guess. It's just one of those work nights, I guess. Let's get this shit done. That's not for you, Nightbot. You ever think about that? Maybe that alias is for a different bot. I have to figure out why Nightbot's getting so mad about that. I set it up specifically in Nightbot first, and then I figured out what was wrong with Xanner's bot, or not Xanner's bot, Slendergo bot, the other Xanner's bot. So now I guess Nightbot's just getting mad. Which the other bot, is that one even working right now? Yeah, okay. It's connected finally. have to probably troubleshoot later. But I disabled it so you don't have Nightbot popping in every couple minutes being like, this doesn't exist, even though I troubleshooted it earlier and it was fine. I worked with you earlier, Nightbot, now you're giving me problems. That's how it goes. There. That is how it goes. Thank you. I, still getting used to this program, so need to learn some of the shortcuts, because I don't think the shortcuts are the same for this one. It might be. But I hope you're making good progress in your work too. Hello, coffee. The proper introduction. The lurker who throws things. See how to get that started. No, it's with 2 T's. Oh, let me see. Nope. I guess it just automatically does its own thing. I just wanted to see if that would work. But it probably is gonna start it whenever it wants to. try another one and see if that one works. There it goes. There. Fight a boss. The pet ending didn't work for some reason, but the boss works. I forgot to change the script for the boss fights. Whoops. So it's just gonna have generic boss fight writing until I can change that. Oh no, it's the worst boss! We fought the first boss! The worst one out of all of the ones I made. I made radioactive Xanners only have a 0.01% chance of winning against. The other ones are like fair, but this one's the hard one. What was that? Set up for failure, exactly. I have to have it like, you know, I have to have it scale. I didn't think that it would throw the, like, worst boss at us at the first time using it. Actually, it probably has an easier win rate, but basically, radioactive Xanners is supposed to win, like, 90% of the time. The other ones have, like, 70% chance of winning it, and 50% chance of winning it, and 90% chance of winning it, but this one's the one that has the 1% chance. I have to double check the stats, but it's pretty great. Maybe the other one didn't work because I copied and pasted it. Nope. Maybe I need to change the name of it. I didn't know what else to call it. It was originally Heist, but I changed it up completely. Let me just do Heist really quick. Nope, okay. It's just not reading it for some reason. reason that one just doesn't want to work for some reason. I changed petting to owl pet the way that I typed it. No, it's just, it's probably because it's a more like, what would it be? It's probably because it's more like involved, and it has a bigger payout for points that it doesn't do it like that. I don't know. I was messing around with the bots today, so I added a ton of mini games, or I enabled the mini games, so you can play the mini games, but you need points, which I made it so that way you can accrue the currency points through hours of watching instead of through how many channel points you have. So that's something that is a future thing that is fun that I'm excited about. Yeah, it's currency through hours watching. It's not like bits or anything, so you don't have to pay actual money for it. It's just like its own, the bot's own thing, which our currency is called catnip. And you get basically catnip through playing mini games, and you get it through watching how many hours, but you can get it through mini games because it's kind of like a we have challenge, free for all, boss battle, and a heist, which is supposed to be owl pet, but for some reason that one doesn't want to work. Hi, Mitch. You missed Chalu and I getting obliterated by radioactive Xanners. I could probably start another boss fight a little bit later, since you need points to join, or you need catnip to join them. I messed with the... I messed with one of my bots earlier because it wasn't working, and I found how to activate all the mini games. So there's a mini game section where you could do a boss battle or a boss fight, and I developed all of the bosses. And one of them is Radioactive Xanners, which is supposed to be the hardest boss to fight. So I activated the boss fight because I just wanted to see if I have to be the one to activate it or if it does it automatically. And it doesn't tell you which boss you're fighting, and I'm just sitting here thinking, oh, as long as we're not fighting Radioactive Xanners, we'll be fine. And it was the very first boss to pop up. Radioactive Xanners. So we got obliterated by it. It is very unfortunate. But basically how you accrue the currency through the chat bot, I was explaining, it accrues through how many hours you watch me. It could have been either through channel points or hours. I decided to do hours because channel points you probably are going to spend on some of the fun things that I have set up, and if you have lower channel points, then you don't accrue any of the currency to play any of the mini games, which is sad. So I have it set up that way. So the more that you have me on, you watch me while I'm online, you get our currency, which is catnip, and then you can spend catnips by either doing like explanation. Let me see the commands. So we have exclamation pet Al, which is supposed to be a story about how you're going to try to pet Alphonse, and if you succeed, you get points, or more currency, I should say, or catnip. And if you, like, each one has like a percent of how much you get. Let me see what is playing right now. Okay. I'll go back to this guy really quick. I like this album. Okay. So we have Pet Al, which is like a story of trying to pet Alphonse. He is my nervous cat, so it is very hard for strangers to pet him, so I thought it would be kind of funny to make a story about strangers trying to pet him. We have, exclamation point challenge, where you can challenge another person in chat to a duel, and basically you fight each other. I have exclamation point FFA, which is free for all. I have to change all the script for some of these because it's the original script of what they had. The only one that's changed is Alphonse. And then we have exclamation point boss, which is where I've come up with a few bosses that you can try to fight and win against. And all of them are supposed to be fair, fair where like some of them are a little bit stronger than others, but Radioactive Xanners is supposed to be the hardest one to beat. Not that it's impossible, just really hard. So like, let me see if I can do a... So that's one of them. So the script will tell you, like, I set up the chances of people winning. Um, and basically it's the bot will tell you like the story of what you're doing and how you're fighting, and I'm not exactly sure of the free-for-all or the challenge, how those would work. I don't know if it gives you options or if it just kind of plays out what you're doing. But it seems like really like a lot of fun, and I wanted to set that up for background things like when I'm playing a game, or if it's something that it's like kind of mundane, you have something to do in the background. Let's see if I can get any of them to work right now, because they might just be not working because it's possible that not enough people have points or currency to fight them. Let me see what everybody's currency. Chalu's currency is pretty high. But it just basically depends on how long. So let me see, you've gotten... Where are you on this list? I like how Sound Alerts gets points. Sound Alerts isn't a person. Even Nightbot gets points. What the heck? I don't even see you. Let me see. Could just be that you popped in recently. Yeah, it's probably just because you popped in, so it probably hasn't had enough time to, like, load giving you stuff. Because it does have you on users, it just doesn't have you on currency for some reason. Need to be rich to get molly-whopped by radioactive Xanners, it seems. No, you just need to be unlucky. Xanners, radioactive Xanners is here to steal your catnip. I was gonna make the currency Baja Blast, but I didn't want it to seem like I was, like, sponsored by Mountain Dew. So I made it catnip. Eat the rich and pummel the unlucky. It does sound like something radioactive Xanners would say. So, the joke with, I would have thought you had been sponsored for sure. Yeah, I didn't want it to seem like I was sponsored by them. So, I was like, no, I'll just stick with, this, like with catnip. It would have been probably a little bit of, a murky area between new viewers and people who aren't in on the joke and all that stuff. So I'm glad I didn't do that. pink and white look is going off into the lead. Wow. When I voted on that poll, it was a tie between the green and the blue. I honestly though, I was looking at it and I'm like, if the pink pink and white Captain Falcon color in Smash. Honestly though, like, it's not a bad color combination. See, Copy Wrong just gave you an idea. You can make her Captain Falcon now. But honestly, Mitch, when I was looking, like, re-looking at that, I was like, I wouldn't be mad if the pink and white won the color competition for the poll that you had going on. Like, I was looking at it and I'm like, really, for me, it's between the blue and the pink and white, so... She wears the red, you see? Just needs the helmet and maybe the cape. Maybe like the shades. But the way that I was thinking, for Athena, I was thinking the blue looked good on her because the way that you made her, her like overall, I guess you would call it her fur tone, would be, it's like a red-brown, and so that blue really sets like a nice tone. But the pink also complements that like warmer tone. So either one of those, honestly, I think worked. I didn't think the green worked too well. I felt like it clashed, particularly because green and warmer tones don't really work well together, or green and red just don't really work too well together. Just because of color palette reasons, and what are they, like, complementary colors? So it's not complementary, they're I can't think of the word, but they clash. And, or at least, like, they don't look good when you're trying to balance out, like, if you have 50% red and 50% green, it clashes too much. But when you have like 25% red and 20% red, 25% red and 75% green, then that red stands out a little bit more. So they just kind of don't go good together, which we all know. We're all artists here, I'm assuming. But what was the other color that you had? It wasn't yellow, was it? I'm trying to remember, because I remember those three, but I think you had a fourth one on your list. Just oh, web developer? I'm sure you probably have to know some color palette things for web design. But if not, then hopefully that helps a little bit. Yeah, of course. I'm happy to give feedback on anything. Anything art-wise, I am good at giving feedback on. I'm not good at giving feedback on my own artwork, but I'm good at... I think it's just because with your own artwork, you don't really see the mistakes, you're more blind to it. But with others' artworks, you kind of are like, hey, like, cause you're not in it personally. You don't have like a personal stake in it, I guess. But yeah, if you ever have any questions about anything artistic-wise, and you just need a second pair of eyes on something, I am always happy to help. But that's really neat that you're a web developer. I know nothing about web design. I used, oh man, what is it? It's not Wix, but it's something similar for my website. Just make 3D Pokemon in ZBrush. Oh, ZBrush is so cool. I have a hard time with 3D modeling. I want to get into it though. I really want to start learning how to 3D model. Primarily, the reason behind it is so weird. I'm in a D&D group. We're playing Starfinder. Coffee's actually my DM for the group. I am playing an alien race called like Urog or an Urog. And they look like dragon shrimp slug things. They're like really cool. But they have no mini models. Because we play in person, so we use the minis. They have no models for my character. So I kind of just want a 3D model one and print it, because we have a 3D printer here. So I have my own model finally. Because right now we're using a, I think it's like a crocodile or an alligator for my model. And it fits, but it's like, that's not my character. ZBrush is really cool though. I have some friends who work in ZBrush and I'm just like, I wish I could do that. Making a character model sounds like an awesome motivator for learning 3D. It definitely is. I have Nomad Sculpt on my iPad and Blender on my computer. I've worked with Maya before forever ago. And I didn't have necessarily the best time with it because I was trying to render these 3D models and everything on a little laptop because I didn't want to be on campus until 4 a.m. trying to render things on their computers. I wanted to be home. So you worked on a model for a car. I really need to get into it again. It's just sitting down though. It's like the work and the effort of being like, okay, today I'm going to sit down and do this is what's really hard. But I'm sure everybody gets that too. Everybody always has that moment where it's like, this is going to be difficult. Yeah, the delayed delayed gratification. Gosh, I was gonna say gratifaction. I'm like, that is not a word. The gratification, definitely. I'm trying to get better at Premiere, and I get so frustrated. Hey, the boss is ready. But like, with learning Premiere, it is so difficult because it's like, I kind of know what I want to do. but sitting down and trying to figure it out, I was getting so frustrated earlier because I was like messing up. That message is so threatening. Yeah, Chalou and regular Xander's bodies have been cleaned from the arena. I think it randomizes the bosses each time. Oh boy. Okay, funny enough, I want to get in on this too. Let me in on this, can I? There. Now he's gotta wait for the boss fight to start. I think it's on like a... How long is the cooldown for everybody to join? There, it's a 2-minute start, so it'll start in 2 minutes. I agree with Chalou though, you gotta set up those, you gotta set up those small achievements and those small awards, but it's hard to, like, figure out what an award is. Because if you're like, man, I feel like I didn't do much today, but you learned how to do, like, something at all, that's definitely something to be proud of. You gotta wait to draw Captain Falcon Athena. I would love to see that. If anyone's interested, Mitch's, all of his social media are Mitchy the Kid. Yes, the buddy thing, definitely having a partner in crime definitely helps. Having a partner in crime while you're trying to learn things definitely helps make it feel not as, I guess, like, disappointing when you get those mini losses. Oh, it's Sith Lord Alphonse. Oh no, Alphonse! He's like the second hardest boss. But I made it easy for him. I guess his is more of a 50-50 chance. I just wanted to pet him. Yeah, we have an ongoing joke with Alphonse. If he were a, I forget even how the joke started, but if he were in Star Wars, he would be a Sith Lord. I don't even remember how the joke even started. Yeah, if you have any of those, check out Mitch. He does really cool artwork. His artwork is mainly like his OCs. I guess Mitch can talk about his characters better than I could, but I could talk about Mitch's characters too all day. I love their designs. I love their concept too. That's what I was afraid would happen. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave that as is. It looks fine. It's not that close to the... What I do want to do, though, is color this back I just like your idea for, what is it, like side overdrive. I just really like the idea behind the characters and everything. They're like aliens from another planet that just like racing. Like, that's so cool. It's like just like the simplistic way to narrow it down, but it is still like such a cool concept. Time to do the hard way with this. I don't have an art station. I should probably make one though. I have a Behance, but I don't think anyone really uses Behance anymore. I feel that too. I feel like I need to get an art station. Oh, the Discord? I don't have a Discord set up for this. But I do have, let me see. There. I do have those. Those are the platforms I have currently. A Discord server? I'm unsure at the moment. I think in the future I might make one. Cause I have like a mini one that I use for my, like when we play games together so the PNG tubers can work. And I've set up Discord servers and I've worked on them before. But I think it just depends, I guess, how many people are interested in a Discord server. I've thought about it, but I didn't think it would be anytime soon. course. I understand that completely. I am in a lot of Discord servers. And I'm like, I'm gonna be active, and then I'm never active. So that's my biggest fear, is making one kind of centered around my streaming and then never talking to anybody. But yeah, if I end up making one, I'll probably ask around and get some interest going, and if I end up making one, I'll have it be a command there, so you can always have it pop up. Oops. Oh no, I closed it. That's okay. Captain Athena is coming along nicely. I'm excited to see her when she is finished. I'm just gonna test this to see if it works again. Why am I angry? How long have I been angry for? There. Why am I so angry? Okay, I want to see if... I just really want to get this one to work. Oh wait, no. It's the other way. Yet it still doesn't work. I might have to see why that one doesn't want to work. Maybe I broke it while I was fixing it. I want to get a, either like a keyboard or a mouse or something that has different extra buttons on it, so I can do my emotes without like, cause like they're all the shift and then the numbers, so when I do exclamation points it'll make my emote trigger to the angry or something. So I want to type normally without accidentally triggering my, like, emote to go off. Need that Baja Blast sponsorship money to get yourself. Honestly, I'm looking into a Steam Deck. I cannot afford one, definitely not. But I was looking into a Steam Deck. Maybe I can trick Mountain Dew into sponsoring me. Yeah, you maybe tell them that they've been sponsoring me this entire time. That could so work. I honestly think it would be cool to have G Fuel sponsor me too. Get my own like Gamer Sups cup. Even my own flavor would be cool too. I think we were talking about that before when I was drawing my last art stream. I think I was talking to Mitch about that before. I'm like, I think I would want to have a mystery flavor. made the sketch. Let me see if I can, Have you uploaded it anywhere yet? I'm in the wrong layer, that's why. Let me see if I can get... Oh, that's so cute! There, I'm gonna see if I can, pull up my, pull it up on Twitter really quick. So everyone can see. Alright, let me know when you, Then I'll, switch screens really quick so you can see it. Okay, let me see if I can get this. Okay. So this is his Twitter. Let me just make sure that that is coming up okay. Yeah! And there it is! And this is his Twitter. Oh, this is the poll. It's my Twitter too. Let me go back to my Twitter. I can talk about the poll a little bit. Go to my profile. No worries here, I don't like anything inappropriate. There it is. So this is what we were talking about earlier. So how the pink and white and the blue and white. Oh, you're fine. So this is kind of what we were talking about earlier, where like the green and red, the first one looks pretty good, but green and red, green, yellow, blue. See, that's green, yellow, blue, pink, blue. Okay, the blue one's my favorite, honestly. Um, but now that I'm looking at the green one, it wasn't as like much, I guess, as I thought it was. Like there is a good percent of red and green that complement each other, so it's not like it's like battling for attention. Like it's definitely the attention's still on her face. The blue one I like because it's like that cool tone contrast with the warm tone, but I do agree that the green is a warmer tone of green. And the I think the yellow one's just really good because you have the arms, that white on the arms right there too. Exactly, none of them are bad. Like, that's definitely a good tone of green. I think earlier I got like a quick glance at it and I was like, ooh, that's a lot of green. But now that I'm looking at it again, I'm like, that's not too bad. I think the yellow one works because you have the white sleeves primarily, and the pink one works pretty well too because her tone's more reddish. So that warm, like basically the warms. So yeah. So they all look really good. I wouldn't be upset with any of them, honestly. Maybe I just do a night where I help critique people's artwork. Constructive criticism. I could never say anything terrible. Oh wait, whoops, did I? Oh cool, I didn't mess that up. That artwork's been made digitally. That sounds like a certain someone I know. We had a professor in college who hated digital artwork. Just outright hated it. Like a dark green. Unfortunately, we had to bear the brunt of a certain professor who did not like digital artwork. Yeah, we probably would have done pretty good. I think Mitch had him for his final. And not to say that he was a bad professor, he was definitely, he had good insight, but just his opinions on things just weren't the best, in my opinion. Because I guess, apparently, during a, school trip to some museum, some of the people who, we ran the digital arts club together, some of the people in the digital arts club, um, went on this field trip, and the people who I ran it with, he walked up to them and said something along the lines of, you're never going to see your artist work in a place like this, or something. Um, just because he strictly believed that digital artwork is more for, I guess, luxury. Like, he didn't really view it as a fine art form. I don't really know how he viewed it, but somebody in one of my classes made this really cool, like, mosaic piece that was digitally out of, like, glitched images, and redrew over the images, and it was like a really cool piece. And he was like, okay, where do you see this piece being ever? And we're kind of like, what do you mean by that? And he's like, well, digital art pieces could never go in a museum because they're not fine art works. He's like, where do you typically see digital art pieces? And we're like, advertisements. Like, it's all over the place. It's like, to not say it's an art form is, I don't know, disrespectful. Yeah, I've also been to several galleries that have artwork. We went to, because I worked at my local museum for, I would say a little less than a year. And, we had a gallery ongoing that was, utilized every art form you could think of. And it was, people came from all over to see it. And a lot of those pieces won awards. And to sit here and to have someone denounce what you do, especially if somebody of that form of, that high of, like, a power, you know, like, it's a professor, this person is in charge of grading you and all of this stuff. Like, this person's in charge of making sure you pass this class, and is he just going to fail you because he doesn't like your art form? Like, that's kind of what ended up happening. Was, for my final piece, I did a digital painting, and I think he gave me a C on it or something, which a C is like a about like a 75%. It's not the best grade, nor is it, it's kind of average. But it was like my final for his course, and I'm just like, wow, I wasn't expecting that. Oh, I forgot her eyebrows. That's okay, I don't think I have room to fit them anywhere. We're gonna pretend eyebrows do not exist for a little bit. professors there were so incredibly supportive of digital art. It's hard to imagine any professor being the way yours was. I mean, unless you're taking... Yeah, his specialty was, all of the digital art professors were very supportive. His particularly was fine arts course, so he was like the painting professor, and we had to take a few of his classes for basically like credits. So I took his life drawing class, and he was fine in life drawing. I never had an issue. But then I took his contemporary arts class, and I'm sure Mitch knows exactly what I'm talking about now. If he didn't before. But it's so weird because he's friends with all of the digital art professors too, so I'm just kind of like, how does he with the digital art professors? Like, do they know that he's like this with his students? I mean, how did I do that on her cheek before? I mean, they have to know. They have to know that he's said things like that to students. But I just wonder if maybe he has some sort of like, what is it, tenure or something that makes it so no matter what, he gets off with scot-free basically, with no problems. Which he isn't a bad professor, it's just the way that he would talk to some of the digital art students, because digital art was huge. Almost everybody I knew was in a digital arts class. He ran a capstone course and all backgrounds of art went through. Yeah, we had half the class as digital artists. I did a different capstone, I think, so I didn't have to, he didn't ever appear for me for capstone, but I'm kind of thankful because I don't know if he would have passed me. Because if I remember, I think, Mitch, you did a animatic for your senior project. I don't know why I remember that, but I think maybe because I was like, man, that's so cool. Like, it was fully voice acted, I think, too, if I remember correctly. At least you got a B for your animatic. It sucks that he did that. Huh? You're gonna close the door? Okay. Yeah, I I did, oh man, what was it? I did a digital painting, because our final for the contemporary art class was we had to, he was gonna give us a name of a art piece, and we had to come up with what we thought the art piece looked like. And mine was, man, what was it? It was the, like the origin of the world or something, or how the world was created. And I'm not going to show the art piece because it is, explicit, so if you do know of it or don't know of it, just be warned, it is an actual, it is a painting, it is art, but I don't know how Twitch would take to it, so I'm not going to show it. You can look it up if you want to. And I wanted to do something kind of cutesy, where I'm like, I'm gonna make it like this dog was going to create the world. Like, I don't know, like, I want to do some kind of fun, fantastical, kind of like out there, and he just did not like it. I made a digital painting of this dog in space, doing like tests on plants and stuff, and creating Earth. Like, it was cute. Like, I had fun with it, and he gave me a C on it. Have a good night, Copy Wrong. I hope you are doing well, and hopefully I see you again soon. Thanks for hopping in. I appreciate it. See ya. So, I know I mentioned I was going to do, Retro Friday starting this Friday. But sadly, I cannot start it this Friday. We had something came up, so nothing bad. Just plans that I skipped my mind, I guess. So I'm going to try to start it next Friday officially with the first Sly Cooper game. So instead of streaming this Friday, I am going to try to stream tomorrow, and I'm going to try to play some, Cult of the Lamb tomorrow. I didn't want to play it tonight because I didn't want to overdo the Cult of the Lamb 2 days in a row. And I do have a lot of artwork I need to catch up on. That's just personal stuff that I want to get done, so I figured tonight would be a nice night to catch up on some artwork, and then tomorrow I'll play some Cult of the Lamb, and then I want to come up with a stream schedule for next week, and hopefully I should be starting Sly Cooper next week for the kickstarting of Retro Fridays. So I want to make a little stream schedule thing, so that way I just post it on my Twitter, and then it's easily found there, so. But I'm sorry if that is a disappointment. But I want to make it up for tomorrow being a Cult of the Lamb day instead. If I can stream tomorrow, we'll see. I don't think anything is coming up tomorrow, so. Does kind of work out. I have a busy weekend with work and whatnot. Do your best to hang out tomorrow. Yeah, that's fine. If you can't make it tomorrow, I don't, you know, I never expect anybody to show up. It's always nice to have people show up, but it's never an expectation. So I'm never mad if someone can't show up. The only thing I'm a little bit like upset about, which is nobody's fault, it's my own fault, is I wanted to do Among Us tonight. But it's really my own fault for that because I waited so long to ask everybody. So definitely do not feel bad if you can never make it to a stream. Like if something comes up and it's like, man, I do appreciate the heads up though, but I'm not sitting here like, where's Mitch? Where is he? He said he'd be here. Like, I'm never like that, so far the streaming thing's just been more of a fun hobby, but if I can make something more out of it, that'd be great too, but no expectations ever, so you're good. I actually feel bad sometimes when when some of my friends are like, yeah, let me know when you're streaming, and then I have to like let them know. Like, I sometimes feel bad because I'm like, oh, I don't want to feel like it's an obligation. So usually, Chalu's the one that sends everybody the heads up of when I'm streaming, because I'm like, I don't want to make them feel like crap if they can't make it because of whatever reason, so. Yeah, I want to do more. Chilling and making art is a lot of fun and it's relaxing to me, and I don't know why I don't stream art more often. I always get anxious before I do art streams. I don't know why. Don't ask me why, but I always get anxious. Like, oh no, what if my art is weird? But apparently a lot of people just get anxious before streams in general, and I do too. Oh no, it goes up higher. That actually looks better. It looks like I gave her a goatee earlier. Someone's gonna talk crap. I feel that, definitely. I think that's the reason why I start primarily with my sketches and I don't do my sketching process, is because my sketching process sometimes looks really weird and off. So I'm like, if I have something that's like basics that's already down for how I want my art to work, then all I have to do is line it and color it, and I don't have to sit here and redraw the same line 20 times because I don't know like how I want it to look. That's why the past few times I've just had sketches up. Also because I started working on it and I'm like, well, I gotta stream, but I don't want to stop on this, so... So everyone's gonna see. I'm making it everyone's problem to see my artwork. It's everyone's problem now. Look at it. Spike's teeth. Yeah. So this is a thumbnail. I don't know if I told you. This is a thumbnail for my recent edited video that I want to hopefully uploading tomorrow. So I wanted to work on something for it. And originally I was just going to edit B's VTuber and my VTuber into it, but B is sick right now, and that's why we couldn't play Among Us. Was she's sick and she can't get to the computer. So I am like, I'm just gonna draw it then, you know, like I have an idea in mind for an artistic version and I have an idea for an edited version, and they both look kind of similar, but at least with me drawing it, I can go a little bit more out there with the looks than working with screenshots and Photoshop. And if she was able to send me that, I would have probably worked on different artwork. I probably would have worked on, I have a few things I want to work on. One of the things I don't plan on streaming that I want to work on is, I want to, make edited stream alerts, so when you follow or subscribe or something, I want to animate something that'll show up, but I'm probably not going to stream that process because it is going to be a very long learning process for me, and that would just not be fun to watch. Honestly, it would be me sitting here drawing, probably sketching something out, and then looking up YouTube tutorials for the rest of the stream. So I want to do something that I can at least know what I do. So it's either going to be the thumbnail, or it was going to be maybe working on my friend's little VTuber or PNG tuber avatars that I plan to make a few people some. So if we do end up streaming together, like you, if we ever do end up streaming together, I can just add you to my little screen and you'll have a little bouncing boy. Because I've had ideas for some of my friends for a while now, and I'm like, I just kind of want to make them. Like, even if I never use them, I kind of just want to just make them. You love the little bouncing boys. I love the little bouncing boys too. They're one of my favorites. This looks really cool without the line art. I love it too, like seeing what things look like without line art. Like, that is so cool. Sometimes it looks so much better without the line art than than what you're doing with the line art. See what the colored layers look like without the lines. It is always so cool. Like sometimes that's how I determine if that's going to be something that I am going to like make a more stylized piece. This I'm just going to keep as a simple YouTube thumbnail, which is why I'm like not fretting over, like there's a lot of things bothering me about so many different areas of this, but I'm not fretting over it because it's literally going to be something that somebody sees for probably 2 seconds, and then like they're not going to like sit there and study this. So I'm going to still make it look really nice, but I'm not going to like fret over if it doesn't look like perfect. No one ever see this by itself. No one. Your art is garbage. I'm going to hide it now. That's honestly one of the things I hate, is when you're working on something for so long and you are like, man, this looks really nice, and you sit down to return to it and you're just like, this is garbage. I don't want to work on this. That's one of the things I hate the most. It's like I work for hours on something and I'm like, this thing looks nasty. Why did I think this ever looked good? My opinion's just bad. It's quite the feeling. I think I used this tool. I'm trying to figure out how I made this look so nice. I think I used this. Yeah. Usually whenever I get that feeling, though, I'm usually just like, well, I'm gonna continue working on it anyways. You can't tell me what to do, because I can't read. forgot all of her points. Oh no, I forgot her little mask. I think I'm on the wrong layer. Yep. The grind mentality we need. Definitely just like, this isn't going to stop me because I don't know how to read. Even though I end up hating it most of the time and I can't salvage it, I'm like, I'm still gonna work on it. I already put all this time into it. That sounds like, it's like a lo-fi Animal Crossing. It's kinda cool. We're gonna go back to... Oh, what is happening? I am going to change it. Let's try this one. I don't think I've listened to this one. Lo-Fi Village with KK Slider and Kyle. Definitely. Did you have Kyle on your island? I think I had him on my island. Kyle's cool. What layer is the eye on? Okay, that's what I messed up. That's okay. I had a feeling I put something on the wrong layer. Which doesn't even look weird, huh? Okay, I think I'm gonna start going into some of this shading. I never had Animal Crossing, but you would have had Kyle on your island. Yeah, it's a fun game. If you end up getting a Switch, I do recommend it. It is a very slow burn game, though. So if you're fine with games that are like, okay, it's gonna take us a day to do this. Really, definitely at the start, it is very slow burny. Like, it takes a while to get into it. Fun yet mundane game. Honestly, I agree. You do need those sometimes. But like, it came out at like the perfect time because it came out like right when COVID hit. And for me, it was the perfect time because it came out March 20th, and March 20th was the day my dad passed away. So I was just, you know, grief-stricken and had nothing to do. COVID had just hit, the school had just closed down, so I had nothing to do. And then along comes Animal Crossing, and I actually have something I can work on for a few days while I'm not in classes, and because it was March, so it had to have been springtime. So when I wasn't working on classes, and at night when I was stressed out about just everything, I would play the game, and it was like really relaxing, and it really helped me through this process of having so much, my life literally flipping upside down in a matter of hours. It really helped me kind of maintain some sense of normalcy and keep my mind on things while also processing my grief in a healthy way. Or as healthy as I could do. Yeah, it came out definitely at a weird time. It really helped though. Like, its release, with it being the day that everything shut down for COVID. There was just so much happening, and I don't know, like, it really helped, like, with COVID and trying to still hang out with friends, and all of my friends had the game, so I'm just like, hey, let's go to each other's islands and whack each other with axes and nets and everything. Just whack each other, and let's follow each other around and play the flute. Like, it's really fun. It doesn't really have as much hype, I think, because they stopped updating it. I think if they were still updating it, it would definitely have a lot of hype still. Especially with all, like, the tweets of, like, Elijah Wood asking to visit people's islands so he can, like, sell his turnips and everything. Like, all the tweets, like, everybody was engaged. Is going to look really weird against this yellow. The shenanigans online, the things that kept me normal was video chats, straw piles, Formula 1, which I never watched till then. Yeah, you know, chatting online definitely kept me sane too, with all that stuff happening. Because I was still in school, but, like, having friends who were kind of, like, you know, they're quarantined too, so it's like, having people who were in a similar situation definitely helped. We watched, what is that show? Midnight Gospel. We watched, that came out, and we binged Midnight Gospel. It came at a really strange time, because I mentioned, my dad passed away around the same time, and I don't know if you've seen Midnight Gospel, but if you have, you know the last 2 episodes, messed with me a little bit, because it was literally the exact same thing I was going through, but it was kind of comforting in the same sense, where it's like, I'm not the only person who's experienced this. Like, it's comforting to know that other people had to, have gone through something like that. But Midnight Gospel is really good. I recommend it if you haven't seen it. It is on Netflix. It's kind of like, it's animated by Pendleton Ward, and it's a ton of different, yeah, the episode with his mom. That episode, and then the episode before that one, like, we were sitting there like, this could not have come at a more, like, ironic time than it did. But it's animated by Pendleton Ward, the same animator behind Adventure Time, and it's the guy's podcast. The episode with his mom was actually a podcast that he did with his mom. I guess we looked into it a little bit, and she had been, like, on and off with cancer. I think it was brain cancer. I can't exactly remember. But she was on and off with cancer. She had, like, gone through, man, how many years? It was like 4 years of surgery or something. I can't exactly remember, but it was amazing, like, what she had fought through. Chalu might remember it a little bit more than I can, because we did look into it just out of curiosity, like, wanting to know the entire story. Here's a little trick when I can never figure out what the color's gonna look like when you blend it. Kind of put them both on top of each other and mix them. So we'll see how well this blue looks. I have another little way. Don't look too bad. Maybe just adjust it just a little bit. Looks more like a highlight than a shading though. First 2 episodes of Edgerunners. Yeah, that's my, like, go-to right now. Like, I keep seeing everything about it, and it makes me so happy that it's getting so much attention. It still feels like a highlight, not a shading. Maybe I need to make it a little bit darker. Okay. Edgerunners is really good. Like, I saw here Project CD Red posted the first 3 episodes live before they dropped on the Netflix, so I watched their stream, and I'm like, I gotta watch this. I have never played Cyberpunk, but I actually bought Cyberpunk because I want to play it now. There's actually a lot of Netflix shows that, like animated shows that I've been wanting to watch. They have one that I'm kind of interested in that's I keep seeing on my recommendeds. It's called like Dogs in Space or something. And it kind of reminds me of a what is that show called? Oh my goodness. Final Space. Oh my goodness. I don't know why I blanked on that so much. I liked Final Space. I'm like, why am I not... Why can't I think of this name? It kind of looks like a Final Space to me. But with, like, dogs. And I guess the premise is humans have messed up the Earth so much that they sent dogs out to look for a new planet or something. I don't know if it actually is, like, a Final Space-esque type show, but, it just looked like it because, like, the main character kind of has that optimism, and also is like a orange ginger colored dog, so I'm just kind of like warm colors, like a warm and like an orange and yellow colored dog. Like I think he's a corgi, but but I'm looking at that, like, it kind of looks like Final Space to me. Like, I don't know if it's, like, trying to write off the hype that Final Space has. I have heard all of the news of, Warner Brothers and everything. But I've also heard that Warner Brothers is currently getting sued, so... Carry Godspeed, Persona. I have heard that Warner Brothers is getting sued, so hopefully that is justice for all of the shows that they've wronged. It looks, I don't know if you've seen it, it's called like Dogs in Space or something, and it looks really cute. I don't know if it's like, if it's an adult cartoon or if it's more for geared towards children, or teenagers. We also started watching, oh man, what is that one called now? It's like, the character's pug gets possessed by a demon and starts talking. I can't remember the name of that show. But, we started watching that one too. I think we're on like episode 4, so not super far into it. It's another animated series on Netflix. I've I've heard of Being Puppy Cat. I've seen it forever ago, back when it was on like Cartoon Hangover. And like with Bravest Warriors, I have never watched it. Paranormal Park, yeah, that's what it's called. You know what I'm talking about. That one's pretty good. I like Paranormal Park. That one definitely, like the episode we left off on. No spoilers. I'm not going to give any spoilers. But it's like a ghost that it's like a nightmare, like it affects your nightmares. And in the episode, they like it eats all of your sleep. So like for as many years that you've slept, it like eats those years away, so you're just perpetually exhausted. And I'm like, that is the most terrifying thing. Like, imagine living your life up to now without a wink of sleep. You know how unhinged you would be? You'd be dead too, but I mean, you know how unhinged you would be? I'm like, that is the most terrifying concept. And they portrayed it really well. It's like a take on a zombie type trope. But they just do a lot of really interesting things like that. It is so haunting, and like the imagery for it is like the character designs and how they change the characters to look like it is so good. Like, they portray it very well. Needless to say, I do recommend the show too. I've only seen the snippet, well, not snippets, but I've only seen up to that episode, so I couldn't tell you, if, what happens after it, but it's been good up to that point, so. Nastiest colored shade of green for this shading. making one drawing on this Vina sketch page that's gonna add so much more mystery and intrigue to her character. Definitely. Make her mysterious as you want. That's the wrong color. Very incognito way of life. I need to get working on my character's sketch pages too. I'll probably do a stream for that maybe. When I get that far working on characters. I need to give them turnaround sheets and sketch pages anyway, so I can keep their drawings on models when I work on them. See more of my character concepts. I have like all of them down. I just need to start sketching them. I did some sketchbook pages with them, but I'm like, I need to do them digitally too. Sketchbooks are nice, but that's for like rough concepts, I'm assuming. And digital will help me at least with more of the technical process of developing them and rendering them. Wants attention. He's like, it's been too quiet for too long, and I want love. He's gonna push open my door and be like, there you are. I'll make sure he says hi if he does push open my door. I can hear him out there. He's like, I want attention. Number 10, call it. That's good. Whatever you gotta do. I appreciate you being able to stop by for as long as you could, though. I might call it here soon too. I'm starting to get a little bit tired. And then I'll probably finish this tomorrow. Before stream, so that way I can upload it onto YouTube. Thank you. I was trying something a little bit different. Basically just, the, order of how I start shading. I think I might, also kind of, like, blur the edges of the, harsher, darker shading, so that way it doesn't clash out too much on parts of it. Just to see how it looks. Signs point DS and then it rickrolls you. Have a race car someday. Gonna call it a night. Okay, thanks for stopping by. Have a great night. Hope you do good at work tomorrow. I might call it a night here soon too. Just cause I'm pretty far along with this, but getting a little tired, so. But thank you so much for stopping by. Have a good night. Yeah, you too. here. All I gotta do is add a really cool background and some text and it's done, but here's what it is so far. Thanks for joining, and thanks to everybody who popped by and said hello, and we got some work done together. Hope everybody has a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow for Cult of the Lamb, hopefully. So thanks again for stopping by. And I hope you all have a good one.